They always like to end on some bullshit. And look, I'm gonna fucking put this shit on Do Not Disturb. Y'all keep on fucking.
Call from
Andre.
Y'all lucky is funny.
To accept, press 1.
We got Andre on the line, man. That's my name as well, but we're gonna use Dutch for the show. What do you have to say about this topic? Please keep it on topic. Please keep it on topic. I did enough calls where I went off topic, but please, Mr. Andre, please keep it on topic.
I'll try to keep it on topic. And we're brothers from a different mother.
Yes, we are.
And this is my first time on your channel. The only reason I'm even watching it is because I guess the YouTube gods decided I should, because I have no idea what this channel is, but I like it already.
Appreciate it.
I guess I have more statements to make than questions. Or
go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, basically, all I heard so far in the last 15 to 20 minutes or so that I've been watching is that, it seems to me like this is like a public forum for people to discuss social issues. And obviously when it comes to the African-American population, there's a lot of issues dealing with, unwed mothers and teenage pregnancy and all that. So I guess I just wanted to say that I really enjoy that there's someone like you out there making content like this, because, this is the type of stuff that people need to be talking about, and that's why social media is great for everybody, is that, if this was the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, we wouldn't be able to connect like this. But now with this technology, these issues that are dealing, it doesn't matter if you're in Detroit, Michigan, or Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, there's a lot of black communities that deal with this issue. So now everybody can connect instantaneously with these smartphones and computers. And I just think it's a whole new level,
And I appreciate you, recognizing that. I am Dutch Talk TV, and we've been working on this channel for the last 5 or 6 years, man. And the thing is, what I try to do is bring my experiences from growing up in a dilapidated situation, in poverty, and understanding it from a point of view of being in it. And then when I pull myself out of the ignorance and the poverty, I try to show my people that it is a way to articulate yourself, is a way to, express yourself without being that victim. And the Democratic Party, they make us, victims. They victimize us, and we, tend to fall into the grasp of that. I have videos on where, I break down why the Democratic Party is not for our people. I break down trying to have our women understand that you are raising these kids right now. And yes, these fathers did leave the house. These fathers did leave. But at the end of the day, women have a choice. I cannot fuck you without your consent. I cannot fuck you without a condom without your consent. So the thing is, the ultimate responsibility is placed upon the female. Now, that's my opinion, and people, have different opinions on it. But to bring it back around to this topic here, this woman has a child, and she's asking for a 6-figure income person that she can't even explain what she wants. She just want this particular dollar amount, but can't explain why she want it. What do you think about women who are trying to get men out of their league, or not qualified for certain type of men in certain type of tax brackets? What do you say on that?
Well, in regards to that, I mean, if you're trying to fight against that, that's a hopeless battle, because that's just Mother Nature right there. I mean, that's natural selection. That's, women are always going to look for, in general, they're going to look for a man that has, power. Like, and I'm not just talking about, power that over other people, but in regards to just like the ability to go to the grocery store and not have a problem buying everything that's needed for the house. Like, even that is power. I mean, you know, if you're trying to say that there's a problem with a woman who wants a man that has more money or more things, I mean, you're just fighting against Mother Nature right there. I don't know what to tell you.
But the thing is, it's a caveat to that. Let's take natural selection, for instance. The thing is, the idea of natural selection is whatever is doing something the most and the best at it, that will succeed. That will prosper. All of the shit that's not holding weight will fall. Now the thing is, as a man, say I made $400 million a year. Let's just say this: $400 million a year.
Sure.
As a man who's making that, understanding that naturally a woman will want that. But this woman has to have some attributes that I need to continue my legacy. And that in itself is natural selection. So if she's coming to me and she has a 13-year-old kid and she's making $100,000. Now, I don't care about how much money she's making. What I'm caring about is, can she bear children to continue my legacy? Can she do innate things like nurture? Who is it to say that she don't have to have some of these things that attracts men? And if you already coming in with a kid or a couple of kids, I'm already tapped out. And half of the time, if you have 2 or 3 kids, you don't even want no more. Nobody in there looks like me. Now I have to share my legacy with another dude's seed. Now his legacy is going to prosper because of me. So the natural selection goes both ways. What do you say about that?
Well, all I have to say is that, I mean, you're talking about stuff that goes all the way back to Babylon and the Bible. I mean, that's exactly why there's many cultures around the world that they don't even let their women have their face uncovered, because basically men can have sex as many times they want and live until they're 90 or 100, and women, they only have literally like half a dozen or less times to give birth. So their womb is like literally priceless. I mean, like, there's nothing to explain here. This has been since the dawn of time. Once a woman has a child with somebody, then there's no taking that back unless you want to commit murder. I mean,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I mean, there's.
The thing is because what you just said, a woman has a certain amount of eggs. And these eggs got to get fertilized before a certain age. They have a clock. I'm going to bust nuts. I'm going to bust a nut until the day I die. I don't care if I'm 100 years old. I'm going to get one out.
Right. And then that has happened. In fact, where I live here in West Texas and pretty much anywhere on the border or any part of Mexico, there's actually a lot of older Mexican men that have women that are much, much younger. And it happens all the time, I'm sure, in many cultures, where the man could be much older. As long as he has the money to provide, then the woman is totally cool with it. And, of course, obviously, naturally, it works because the man, you know, I don't need to go into the physiology, but we both know that the man, unless there's something really, really wrong with them, generally men, no matter how old they get, they can still do what they got to do. And the woman, she has to be a certain age, but the man, he can keep going way, way up in his age, you know.
And that's exactly why you will typically see if this man didn't bring this woman with him on his journey of attaining millions and wealth, but generally you will see a man of a certain caliber dating or married to a young woman. Let's take Jay-Z, for instance. Jay-Z understood this. Jay-Z is he's in his 50s. Beyonce is my age.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I guess they gotta say black don't crack, because I always had a problem trying to figure out his age. He actually looks pretty good for his age.
Yeah, and Lorenz Tate as well. I mean, I seen a movie on Lorenz Tate the other day. I'm like, this man still looks like a man. But the thing is, Beyonce is 38, if any, if that. And he understood this. He understood that he's becoming a billionaire. My goal is to be a billionaire. I need now. Let me preface here, make something clear, ladies. I'm not saying that that's all you're good for. No. But I'm talking about the foundation, which I did a video the other day on gender roles and having a foundation, the innate abilities that you have. You see what I'm saying? Men have innate ability to protect and provide. Women have an innate ability to teach and nurture, period. I'm just talking about that. Now, the thing is, Jay-Z understood that he did not want a woman with any kids. He did not want a woman that was old. He did not want a woman that was his age. He did not want a woman that wasn't successful or have some type of drive. And what he did was secured his legacy. He secured his legacy. If Jay-Z dies tomorrow, his wife and his kids are good, and they will continue the Jay-Z legacy.
I agree with about 95% of what you said. We're definitely, mostly we're cut from the same cloth. I like the way you think, but in regards to the word that you said, that one phrase, you said, period. You said, end of story, period. You said, women are meant to do this, men are meant to do that. I think that, in my opinion, it's not period. I think that there is more to the story. We can go into that later if you want. But in general, yes, it is period. But in certain situations with certain people, including, gay people, whether it's men or women or transsexuals, I think that it's not period. And
yeah. I mean, it's exceptions to every rule. And on top of that, I was just using that as an example of being a foundation. Now, but in general, otherwise there would be no human race because you can't have babies without women. Yeah, and when I'm doing my show, like if we're talking like on a personal level, off camera, it can get to specifics, but when I'm talking on camera, it's like I don't know who's out there, so I'm generalizing everything so you can come up with now if you know that you have someone that generally doesn't fall into the generalization, that's cool. But typically, like Mr. Samuels was saying to this woman, he's not saying that no six-figure man out there is going to date you. What he's saying is typically that's not what they're looking for.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Period. Sorry, my bad. I'm
sorry. No,
I had to throw the period in it.
The only reason I even added that extra stuff is just because I know there's other people listening that we're on YouTube right now.
Right.
So I just want to throw that in there. But basically, I agree with 95% of what you're saying, for sure.
And I appreciate your phone call. What's your name again, man?
Andre. I have a little YouTube channel.
Why did I forget that? Because we do have the same name. I appreciate you calling, man. Hope you subscribe to the channel and call back when I have other topics. I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching you. I'll call back in later.
All righty.
All right, man.
That was a great call. That was an actual. See, I love calls like that. That's an actual great call, man. You're absolutely right, Ruby. I hate that